I've been juggling 5 AI agents at once, cranking out content, whipping up videos, automating workflows. Honestly, I felt like a productivity machine, like I was on fire. But then, boom, I hit a wall. And it wasn't because the AI let me down. Nope. It was simply that I was using the wrong mode for the task at hand. Funny how no one really talks about this side of AI productivity, right? Not too long ago, I set up this wild AI content pipeline. Picture this. I started with just a rough idea and ended up with a polished blog post, illustrations, a video, and everything distributed, all thanks to AI. I had multiple agents working their magic at the same time. One was cranking out images, another was busy drafting up the copy, and a third was piecing together the video. And you know what? The results were impressive. I managed to get a whole week of work wrapped up in just a day and a half. It felt like I was running my own one-person content studio. It was strange. I was cranking out work faster than ever, but instead of feeling energized, I was just exhausted. My ability to make good decisions was slipping too. I was juggling 5 different tasks at once, and honestly, none of them were getting the focus they needed. I wasn't alone in this either. It turns out, more output doesn't always mean better quality. Have you heard about that study from UC Berkeley that everyone's buzzing about? This month, their research team dropped some eye-opening findings. Get this, AI doesn't cut down on our workload. It actually cranks it up. Those who started using AI didn't wind up working less at all. Nope, instead, they ended up juggling more tasks, speeding up their pace, and stretching their work hours way beyond the usual. Crazy, right? Did you know that Harvard Business Review pinpointed 3 ways AI is ramping up our workloads? First up is task expansion, where we're picking up tasks we would have normally passed off to someone else. Then there are blurred boundaries, like when you're chatting with your AI buddy during lunch, on your commute, or even late at night. And let's not forget about increased multitasking, where you're juggling several AI workflows alongside your usual job. Here's the kicker. Those who are all in on AI, the superfans, are actually the ones burning out the quickest. It's not the skeptics who are feeling the heat. Nope, it's the true believers who are running on empty. It's pretty wild. In early 2026, a ton of CEOs were surveyed, and guess what? They said AI didn't really boost their company's productivity at all. It's like déjà vu with the solo paradox. That idea where you see computers everywhere, but the productivity stats just don't back it up. Well, here we go again, this time with AI. But here's the kicker. It's not the technology that's the issue. The real problem is that we just haven't figured out how to use it effectively. Have you ever thought about how we actually think? Well, Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking, Fast and Slow, lays it all out for us. He breaks it down into 2 systems. First up, we have System 1. It's like your brain on autopilot. Fast, intuitive, the way you instantly recognize a friend's face or breeze through an email. Then there's System 2, which is a whole different beast. This one's slow, deliberate, and takes some serious brain power. Think of it as your mental calculator for solving tricky problems or making tough choices. Now, here's where it gets really cool. AI is basically the ultimate System 1 booster. It's like having a supercharged teammate when you need to draft something, generate ideas, or do quick research. All those tasks that need speed, AI just takes them to the next level. Pretty neat, right? Deep reasoning, judgment, and wrestling with contradictions. That's all System 2 work, right? The kind of thinking where the answers aren't just sitting there waiting for you. But here's the kicker. You can't tackle multiple deep thoughts at once. It's like trying to have 5 serious conversations all at the same time. Good luck with that. Now, AI didn't exactly invent this problem. Nope, it just cranked it up a notch. And honestly, a lot of us are still struggling to keep up. You ever hit that wall where you just can't seem to move forward? Yeah, I've been there. After that, I really started to notice when AI was helping me out and when it was just making things worse. And let me tell you, the pattern stood out like a sore thumb. I like to think of it as scatter mode and laser mode. Now, scatter mode, that's all about being parallel, exploratory, and honestly, supercharged by AI. It's like System 1 on a serious caffeine buzz. You dive into multiple directions all at once. Think drafts, variations, options galore. You can even run different agents on their own tasks. The magic word here is independent. If those tasks don't rely on each other, just scatter them out there. Laser mode is all about being sequential and focused. It's really human-led too. Think of it as your brain's system 2, fully shielded from distractions. You're digging deep into a layered problem, like a detective with a magnifying glass. Whether you're making tough decisions about product architecture or wrestling with those tricky trade-offs, this mode is where you want to be. Oh, and don't forget the writing part. It's like polishing a gem until it shines and finally says exactly what you've been trying to express. You know, it was a real game changer for me when I realized that the mode you choose can actually be way more important than the tool itself. Take AI, for instance. In scatter mode, you've got 5 agents tossing around ideas, which leads to a ton of options. But switch to laser mode, and suddenly you've got this one agent zeroing in on a tough problem, really digging deep. Same tool, but the shift in cognitive context? It's like night and day. The results can be wildly different. Let me share what my daily routine looks like. Mornings? Oh, that's my scatter mode time. I dive into all kinds of exploratory, generative work. I'm talking about researching a bunch of different topics, which can feel like a treasure hunt. I also kick off parallel AI tasks, like whipping up some images, drafting a few pieces of writing, and even setting up some code scaffolding. Honestly, it's like being a conductor. I'm orchestrating multiple streams of creativity all at once without really digging deep into just one of them. It's a bit chaotic, but in a good way. Afternoons? That's when I really get into what I like to call laser mode. I shut down all those parallel streams. It's just me, one problem, and one screen. Occasionally, I'll chat with an AI, but most of the time, it's just me and the code going head to head. This is where the real decisions get made. Now, here's something I've learned. That transition ritual is key. You can't just flip from scatter to laser like a light switch. I need to close those tabs, stop any background distractions, and I give myself a good 5 minutes to really get my head in the game. Trust me, jumping straight from one mode to the other? Yeah, that's a recipe for mistakes. Here's my go-to guideline. If a task has dependencies, or I need to make calls between competing trade-offs, I'm all about laser focus on that. But if it's more exploratory, creative, or the subtasks can run independently, then it's scatter time. Remember when I said AI is the ultimate amplifier? I'm still on that train, but now I've got a bit more insight. Let's break it down. In scatter mode, AI really boosts your breadth. Think about it. It's like having a superpower for exploring tons of different directions at once, generating a mountain of options, and juggling a bunch of tasks like a pro. On the flip side, you've got laser mode, where AI kicks in to enhance your depth. This is all about sharpening your reasoning and cranking up the precision of what you put out there. Pretty cool, right? In both scenarios, it all comes down to choice. You get to pick when to spread your attention wide and when to zoom in. It's all about figuring out when that broad perspective is helpful and when it's just extra noise in your head. Now, here's a little secret about thriving in the AI age. It's not about being the fastest at juggling tasks or the best at laser focus. Nope, it's really about being able to switch gears. Those who truly excel are the ones who understand that the real skill isn't just using AI, but knowing when to tap into each mode. Kahneman nailed it. Figuring out when to think fast and when to slow down has always been our superpower as humans. But now, with AI in the mix, the game just got a whole lot more intense. If this struck a chord with you, why not hit that subscribe button? I drop real, no-nonsense insights on building with AI every week. No fluff, just what I'm discovering as I go along.